stock halogens. This is the low beams. Just prove it to you there. So there's that. Here is the high beams. That's what that looks like. It's better, but not that great. Low beams, high beams. So that's what I'm working with. Pretty terrible. So on this truck, you got high beams, low beams, fog lights, and then you got 2 more bulbs in there with the running lights turn signal. So I did LED upgrade for these, did the switchbacks so they'll stay white while you're driving, and then they turn to orange whenever the blinker's on. Then you got your high beam, low beam. I think that's which way it is. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'll figure it out here in a minute. But and then the fog light. So we got LEDs for all that. I think they're around a 6,000 color. Not sure. The stock color is terrible. It's got to be like, I don't know, 3,000. So, but install looks like it's pretty straightforward. Looks like you can reach everything through these pocket doors and everything. I think I got to do a little dissecting there in the air box to get to that stuff. So I believe these are the running light switchbacks that I got. Should be 4 of these. So yeah, I've got 4 of those, and I'll leave a link in the description below of everything. If this works out, I'll leave a link in the description below of everything that I used and what bulbs I'm running, this and that, so if you guys want to do this for your own. All right, so this here plugs into one of the bulbs. It keeps it from flickering on and off with the LED, because apparently Dodge has a weird canvas system with their lighting, so you have to have this with certain lights. So there's that. Again, I'll leave all this stuff in the link below. LED conversion for fog lights. So these must be my fog light bulbs. Pretty straightforward stuff. So let's get this all out. So we got the 4 of these. 2 are probably for the fog lights, 2 are for the low beams, I would imagine. And then we have these. These are probably the high beams. I'll have to double check my notes just to make sure, but it looks like these are the high beams. So I think we're gonna go ahead and start with the fog lights, get those out of the way. They look like you just pull the cover off, install the bulb, and go from there. That'll tell me if this is gonna be worth doing tonight or if I should go a different route. So let's get to it. So fog light looks like it's pretty straightforward. It's just right here. There it goes. All right, so that bulb's out. Let's put the LED in. All right, so I believe this is the LED one. Looks like it was a little dirty. So we'll stick this in there. It's a nice tight fit.
That's what she said.
It's looking good. Definitely a lot brighter. Look at that. I'm liking what I see. That's a nice crisp white. That's what I wanted. I didn't want that blue crap. All right, let's go ahead and get the other fog light down and move on. All right, so I've got the fog lights are installed, good to go. They're all zip tied up, tidied up, ready to go. They work, I already tested them. So now we're gonna move on to the low beams. For the low beams, I went with their GTR Lighting Ultra 2s. They do have to use this here for the Ram canvas BS or whatever it is. I guess Ram has weird lighting, so you gotta have these for the low beams. If I remember right, you don't need it for the high beams, from what I understand. We're about to find out. So I went with the SV4s on the high beams. One thing to note, I was reading in here, and I didn't see this in their video, so it might work out, but basically, these bulbs, the LED is 30 degrees and 90 degrees out. See the LEDs on the side there? Basically, when the LED goes in like this, those lights are going to shine out each side. What you don't want is it sitting like this, or like this, or like this. You want it vertical like this with the LEDs on each side, if I'm reading the instructions right. And it shows you here basically a diagram. See, it doesn't want it like that. It wants it like example A. Example A puts the bulb straight up and down and puts the 2 LEDs, you know, east and west, or 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock kind of deal. So in order to change that, if it's not right, they give you that little Allen tool there. There's a nut, if I can pull it down. See it right in there? It's in there. You loosen that up, and then you can spin this a little bit and then tighten it back down. So I didn't see that in their video, so I'm glad I caught that. But other than that, we'll go ahead and get these low beams installed and move on to something else. So this is basically the tool you need to get these out. Get them from AutoZone, Harbor Freight. I think I just broke it. Yeah. So that centerpiece just spreads that out. It's like a pop rivet kind of. This comes out, this goes through the middle of it and spreads that open where it can't fall out. So I didn't actually break it, but I was a little rough on it. So there's that. Take that out. Just want to flip that up. I don't know if you can see in there or not, but there's the boot right there, straight ahead for the low beams. So we'll go ahead and reach that from here, and then to get to the high beams, I believe it should be right there. So there's what you're looking for. There's the boot that comes off. You just pull one of those tabs, it'll pop right off. Try and keep it clean. So there's our low beam bulb. It doesn't have that little red locker on there. You just push down on the tab and pull it off. I was able to get two hands in there, but there's inside the headlight hole there. So I was able to get that out. Now they're saying that I should be able to fit all this stuff around that and get that dust cap back on. So about to find out if I can or not. The video on their website, it says you can fit all them wires in there and that module and all that stuff, and they're not lying. You can get it in there, but man, is it tight. I had to try it a couple different ways. Sorry about the dinging. I'll go ahead and throw them on though, make sure they're working before I walk away from it. I can already tell they're brighter. Oh, that's nice. So let's look at the new from the old. Just the color alone makes it look so much better. So cool. Glad that's done. Go ahead and maybe try to do switchbacks while we're in this hole here. All right, so I just pulled out one of the bulbs there on the turn signal. It comes out like this. You just grab the back of this plug here and twist to pop it out. All right, you're not supposed to touch these with your fingers, but there. At least wipe the oils off so you can use it again. Now these, if they don't work, from what I understand, I'm gonna stick it in, turn it on. If it doesn't work, I take it out, 180 it, stick it back in. I guess they, the polarity matters on these. So we'll go ahead and stick this back in the hole and see if it works. Like I said, you just throw it in there and twist. So there you go. These are both white now instead of that amber, like I said. You see how it's amber, white. All right, so this here is gonna be your high beam. So you just pull that boot off. Do it now. Pull that boot off, and then you can kind of see up in there, there's the bulb. We'll just pop that bulb out, place the new one, punch it back in. That one doesn't need the help with that PWM or whatever it's called. That plug-in right there, point it with a screwdriver. This one right here, that like powers the whole headlight, I think. So to do the passenger side headlight, you gotta take all this crap out. So you gotta take your airbox out. These are just like push-on fittings. So once you get, basically you gotta take a couple sensors off. You gotta take these two sensors off. You might not have to take them off, but I took these two sensors off, unhooked it here, the boot that goes to the turbo. So you can unbolt that. They're 10 millimeter all the way around. Screwdriver takes that off, and then after you get the sensors and everything pulled off, get the hat pulled off, then the whole body you just lift up on it, and this thing just kind of sits in there. It's got this little lip in here that kind of pokes in there to hold it in there, but it's like a ram air kind of deal. So that comes out. That is on the 6.7 liter Cummins. Once that's out though, you got a clear shot to everything. So I'll be able to set the camera up and show you guys how I'm going to do this. I already did the low beam, which I'm kind of mad now that I did it because it's right here and it would have been a lot easier to do with the airbox out. So if you're doing this, just take the airbox out on the passenger side and you can do the low beam a lot easier. than doing the driver's side. So now that that's out, let's go ahead and get this all worked on. Hopefully you guys can see all that. So this is going to be your high beam. You just pull on that, pulls it out. That's that. This is the connector that feeds the whole headlight. I had to take this off in order to do the turn signal, like I said earlier, or the running light. But with the air box moved, I can actually get my hand in there. Kinda. You just twist, pull it out, pull the bulb out, put the new one on. So there it is on there. Why are you not going on there? Okay, that one's on. Now the high beam. So you're gonna left counterclockwise, pull the bulb out. This one, it's just got these two connectors on each side. There's that. Here's the new one. The new one just plugs in. Pretty straightforward. Only one way to plug it. It's all latched on there. We're gonna shove all this stuff all around until it fits in there nicely. One thing I noticed on the high beam, I didn't really like the way it fit as far as the bulb in there. It kind of feels loose, so I don't know if I might try a different brand. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna drive down the road, see if it moves around. Make sure these connections are tight. They haven't been. I keep catching them being loose. It's just a little barrel connection. All right, now we gotta fish this in there somewhere.
A few moments later.
Let me show you what I'm talking about. So the bulb is in and tight and clocked the way it needs to be. But see how see that going back and forth? No, it doesn't really go up and down. It just goes back and forth. I mean, I'm really wiggling on it hard. Maybe it won't matter. But we're going to find out. That's why we're doing this. Let's put the boot on. It does fit in there, but it is tight. Make sure you get these boots on right. Okay. Fire her up, make sure she works. There she is with the low beams on. Hopefully it looks good in the camera. It's definitely an improvement. As you can see, I got the running lights. All white now, both sides. So that's the low beams. Fog lights on, looks good. There's the beam pattern. Let's put it on high beams. There's the high beams. Looking good. Kicks the fogs off. It is bright. I will admit, it is bright. Way brighter than before. Now, let's throw a turn signal on. Look at the amount of light that turn signal puts off. That is an impressive improvement. That turn signal is extremely bright. Looks good. Goes from the white to the amber on the switchbacks. Highly recommend that. Man, I can't get over how bright that is. Awesome. Let's take it for a drive. Alright, so there is a look at the new headlights. Got you in about the same spot. Throw the brights on. Man, that is an insane improvement. That is an insane improvement. The white light it just goes farther. It's brighter. It's not blinding for other oncoming traffic, but it's just so much cleaner. This is, like I said, this is the brights. There's the low beams. There's a turn signal. I mean, I'm super happy with it. I wish the fog lights stayed on with the brights. I never really quite understood why they turn those on and off. why you wouldn't want more light. I guess I'm sure it's some kind of DOT thing, but it would be nice if they stayed on. I know like Chevys, you can get a bypass kit, get them fogs and highs, but never quite understood that. But man, this light is so much better. Pretty pumped about them. Highly recommend them. If you guys are wanting a set of these and you're running about the same setup as me, like I said, I'll leave a link in the description below of what I'm running here. Price wise, they're a little steep, not gonna lie, but I couldn't be more happy with it. So it makes it all that much more worth it, being that they work as well as I was hoping. Remember how the high beam bulb was kind of shaking in the housing? Well, I don't even notice it out here, so hopefully that doesn't have any issues down the road, and everything's fine. So like I said, I don't see it shuddering at all. It has a nice crisp line at the top, so that's nice. But with the high beams on, I mean, you can just see all these woods. You know, I couldn't see that before. I knew they were there, but I just couldn't see it. So this is gonna be nice when I'm in areas that I'm not real familiar with. So anyways, guys, pretty pumped about it. I think it was a good purchase. I highly recommend getting a set of these if you don't have them already. But anyways, don't forget the like button, subscribe to the channel for more. Hopefully this video helped you guys out if you're on the fence about it like I was. So until next time, guys, see you later.